All of you, can you see my screen now? All of you, can you see my screen? Good. All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ashok IT. So today, 17th October. Today, 17th October, 12JRTP session number 4. This batch code is 12JRTP. Today is our fourth session. 12JRTP session number 4. Good. In previous classes, we discussed about types of companies. We discussed, and we discussed about types of projects. Types of companies and types of projects we have discussed in our last session. Now, can you quickly tell me how many types of companies we have seen? So one is product-based company. Second one is service-based company. Service-based companies, and third one is outsourcing. Now, so, and yesterday we discussed about what is project and how many types of projects are available. So projects are scratch development projects will be available, and second category, support projects will be available. Support project is also called as maintenance projects. Maintenance projects will be available, and the third one is migration. Migration projects also will be available in IT industry. So when we are going to work in the company, first of all, we should understand what type of companies are there in the IT industry and what type of projects are there in the IT industry. Software companies can be categorized into 3 types. They are product-based companies and service-based companies and outsourcing companies. In those companies, we are going to work on a project. So how many types of projects will be available in IT industry? And first of all, what is project? And why we need to go for the project? Can anyone tell me quickly what is project? We discussed about what is project. And why project. What is project and why project? So project is used to reduce human efforts. Right. So what is project? Right. Now, project is collection of programs which are used to achieve some goal. Why we need project? These projects are used to reduce human efforts. How many types of projects are there? 3 types of projects are there. They are scratch development project, support projects, and migration projects. These concepts we discussed in the last 3 classes. Types of companies, what is project and why we need to develop projects, and what types of projects will be available in the IT industry. Anybody having any questions from these concepts, please ping me in the chat box. I will clarify your questions first, then I will go for the next concept for today. I request all of you, if you have any questions, please ping me your questions in the chat box, in the Zoom chat box. I will take up your questions first, then we will proceed with the today's concept. Thank you. Come on guys, first. No questions? No questions for everyone? Sir, is it good for joining outsourcing company or not? But nowadays, majority of the jobs are based on outsourcing only. Nowadays, majority of the jobs are outsourcing only. Even the topmost MNC companies are also doing outsourcing business. So in the initial stages of the career, we need the job. No need to bother about what type of company, what type of project. First, we need to get into the IT industry. So once you got 2 to 3 years of real-time experience, then you can choose the companies which you want to work on. But first, getting into the industry is very important. So being a fresher, or even if you are not having any job in your hand, don't think about what type of company. Please join in that company. You will see the real environment there. After working in that company for 1 year, then you will understand the things, then you can move on. Got my point? Got my point, all of you? So is it better to work in outsourcing or not? In the initial stages of the career, you can work in the outsourcing also. That's not a problem, because understanding the environment is very important. Entering into the company is very important. Good. Good. Fine. Next one. Coming to today's concept, guys. Today we are going to talk about types of teams in the software industry. Types of teams in the IT industry. After that, we'll talk about roles in the IT industry. Today's concept, today's topic, teams in company or teams in project. What type of teams will be available in a project, and role chart. Software engineer role chart. Software engineer role chart. So how our career will be available, what type of roles will be available in the software job, and what type of teams will be available in the project. These two concepts we are going to discuss in the today's session. All of you comfortable? All of you comfortable with this? What we are trying to discuss in the today's class. Today we are going to talk about how many types of teams will be available in the project, how many types of teams will be available in the project, and what will be the role chart of a software engineer. So with this, part 1 of our course will be completed. I told you, right, our course is divided into 5 parts. Just I am giving the introduction about the IT industry. So from Monday onwards, we are going to start with the part 2 of our course. The real-time tools will be starting from Monday onwards. The real-time tools will start from Monday onwards. Guys, are you able to follow me? Are you able to follow me? Good. Now, so in the IT industry, in project we can see mainly 2 types of teams. In project, mainly we can see 2 types of teams. We can see 2 types of teams. One is called as onshore team, and another one is called as offshore team. In the project, mainly we can see 2 types of teams. One is called as onshore team, another one is called as offshore team. Anybody know what is the difference between onshore and offshore? Anybody having the idea what is the difference between onshore and offshore? Anybody having the idea what is onshore and what is offshore? Anybody having idea what is the difference between onshore and offshore? Come on, please respond. Good, good. Onshore team means the people who are working in client location. The people, the team members, the team which is working in client location, is called as onshore team. Onshore team is also called as on-site team. Onshore team is also called as on-site team. So in our suppose we are developing a project for a client who is in USA. we are developing a project for a client who is staying in USA. In the USA, some people will work. Those people will be working in the client location. The people who are working in the client location, they are called as onshore people. That onshore people also called as on-site team. Onshore team, onshore or on-site. Onshore or on-site. Offshore or off-site. Off-site team. Onshore or on-site team, offshore or off-site team will be available in our project. Some people will be working in the client location, some people will be working in the non-client location. Now, suppose simple example. Now we are working for a project. The project client is in USA. Project client is in USA. USA, here the client is available. USA client. USA client. We are doing a project for USA client. Now, for the USA client, there are some offices available in the USA. This is USA office. People will work in the USA office. People will working in the USA office. Now, those people who are working in the USA office, those people are called as onshore people or on-site people. Now, the development is happening in the Hyderabad and Bangalore. Testing is happening in the Mumbai. Right now, this is HYD team in India, and this is Bangalore team in the India, and this is Pune team in the India. So in these three locations, the project development and testing is happening. But actually the project is belongs to a client. That client is staying in the USA. So in the client location also one office will be available. In that office, some people will be available who will work for our project. Those people are called as on-site people. Now, in the India, we are doing the development and testing. Most of the USA clients will give the projects for India because for less cost we will develop the projects. For less cost we will develop the projects. In the India, skilled labor are more. In the India, skilled labor are more. So that's why most of the projects will come to India for development and testing. Most of the projects will come to India for development and testing. Got my point, sir? Got my point? So why most of the projects are coming to India? In the India, development cost is less and skilled labor are more. Skilled labor means technical people. Skilled labor means technical people who will work for money. That is called labor. Skilled labor, who knows the technology and who is working for money. Those people are called as skilled labor. Skilled labor are more in the India. That is the reason most of the projects comes to India for development and for testing. So if the development happened in the USA, if development happened in the USA, for a developer per hour they need to pay $40 or $50 per hour. For developer per hour they need to pay $40 or $50. Now see here, USA salary structure. USA salary structure. Now if you are having a 5-6 years experience, per hour $40. Per hour $40. Daily 8 hours work. Daily 8 hours. Daily 8 hours. That means how much salary they need to pay? $40 into 88. $40 into 8 they need to pay for daily. Are you able to follow this? So that means $320 they need to pay on daily basis as your salary. On daily basis they need to pay $320. Weekly how much they need to pay now? Daily 8 hours, weekly 5 days, 5 into 8, 40 hours. 40 hours you are going to work totally, right? 40 hours into $40. $1,600 they need to pay on weekly basis, right? $1,600 monthly, weekly 40 hours, 4 weeks, 4 into 40, 360 hours you are going to work on weekly basis. 360 into 40. 360 into 40. That much amount they need to pay for you as a monthly salary if you are working in the USA. If you are working in the USA, that much salary they need to pay you on monthly basis. On monthly basis. So monthly you are going to work. So daily 8 hours, weekly 40 hours, 4 into 40, 4 weeks, right? 4 weeks, right? So daily 8 hours you are going to work. Daily 8 hours you are going to work. Per hour they need to pay you. Per hour they need to pay you $40. So weekly, how many hours you are going to work? 40 hours. Monthly, how many hours you are going to work? 40 into 4. 40 into 4 monthly. Monthly you are going to work. Monthly 40 into 4. 160 hours you are going to work. Sorry, 160 hours you are going to work on monthly basis. Monthly you will work 160 hours for the project. Right? If you work monthly 160 hours, what is the cost for it? What is the cost for it? 160 hours into $40. 160 into 40. What is the cost, guys? 6,400. $6,400 they need to pay. Now, if you convert this into Indian currency, $6,400 into 75 rupees. 6,400 into 75 rupees. 4,80,000. Each dollar cost in the INR. How to convert this to INR? $6,400 into each dollar cost is 75 rupees. Then almost 4,80,000 salary they need to pay per month. Did you understand? 4,80,000 rupees salary they need to pay per month. That is the salary of a software engineer in the USA. Now, did you understand why projects are coming to the India for development? Now, did you understand why projects are coming to the India for development? If a person doing the development in the USA, per hour, that person cost will be $40. If he is average 4 or 5 years of experience, if he is having 10 years experience, per hour may be $80. Daily 8 hours. Daily 8 hours. So $320 they need to pay. Right. So monthly, how many hours you are going to pay per day? 8 hours. If you take the calculation, per day you are going to work 8 hours. 8 hours. So monthly, 4 weeks. Right now, 40 hours you need to work. 40 hours. 4 weeks. Weekly 40 hours. Total 4 weeks per month. 160 hours you are going to work in a month. 160 hours into $40, $6,400 they need to pay. If you convert the $6,400 into Indian currency, it will be 4,80,000. Here, 3 years experienced person yearly package will be this much. But in the India, monthly salary will be, in the USA, monthly salary will be that 5 lakh. In the India, for 3 years experienced developer, that will be a yearly salary. Got it. Now, do you understand why more projects are coming to India? Skilled labor are available who are doing work for less cost when compared with their currency. That is the reason most of the US projects will come to India for the development. Guys, did you understand it? Did you understand why the projects are coming to India? So see the salary structure here. If a person goes to the on-site also, same structure will be there. If you go to on-site from your company, they will pay the salary in the dollars format. Per hour, they will calculate your salary. Per hour, $40 or $50 or $100, they are going to calculate. Based on that, they are going to pay your salary in the US structure, not in the India structure. If you move from India to USA through your H1 visas or through your B1 visa or L1 visas, they will provide you salary in the USA salary structure format only. Got my point? Prasad Kulkarni, that they will follow their structure only, sir. If you travel from India to USA for the company project work, they will pay the salary in their structure only, not in the Indian structure. For on-site people, they will pay the salary based on hours. Our minimum $30 to $40 will be there per hour. That's my point. Now here in the India, people are working in Bangalore location, Pune location. These people are called as offshore people. These people are called as offshore team, and these people are called as on-site team. On-site team or on-site team. On-site team will be available in client location. Offshore team will be available in the non-client location. Daily communication will be happening between onshore team members and offshore team members through bridge calls. Onshore team members will communicate with the offshore team. Offshore team will communicate with the onshore team through bridge calls. How the bridge call will happen? Now our class is also one of the example of the bridge call. You people join from different states and different countries. I'm in Hyderabad location. You people are available in different locations. We are able to communicate here. This is one bridge call. Tomorrow in the company also same style of bridge calls will be available. Hyderabad team, Bangalore team, Pune team, USA team, all those people will join in a meeting and they will discuss about the project. That is called bridge call in the IT industry. In a project, daily bridge calls will be available. In the IT industry, daily bridge calls will be available for a project. Why? To discuss about the details. To discuss about the details, bridge calls will be available. What details we'll discuss in that bridge call? Project details, project requirements, project expectations, right? Project deliveries, project functionalities, project problems, everything we are going to discuss in the bridge call. Offshore team members will communicate with the onshore and are on-site. On-site people also will communicate with the offshore team members. So the people who are working in the client location, they are called as onshore people or they are called as on-site people. The people who are working in the non-client location, they are called as offshore people or they are called as off-site people. How the communication will happen? Because we are in the India, our onshore is in the USA. Some people are working in the USA. How can we communicate with them? In the office computer, you will have a software to conduct the bridge calls. Here I am using Zoom for setting an online class. In the company, they will use a software called Skype Business, or they will use a Jabber, or they will use Microsoft Teams softwares to conduct bridge calls for the project communications. To connect the bridge calls for the project communications. Are you able to follow me? Are you able to follow me? Guys, are you able to follow me? Is it clear for all of you? Good. So what is onshore and what is offshore? The people who are the team which is working in a client location is called as onshore team. Onshore team is also called as on-site. The people who are working in the team members, the teams which are working in non-client location, are called as offshore teams. The team which is working in non-client location is called as offshore team. The team which is working in non-client location is called as offshore team. Onshore and offshore teams will communicate through bridge calls. Onshore and offshore teams will communicate through bridge calls. Through bridge calls for project discussions, requirements analysis, requirement gathering, implementation, testing. Several times we need to communicate with onshore people. For that, we are going to use bridge call. In companies, we will use below softwares for bridge calls. What are those? One is nowadays it became very famous, that is Microsoft Teams. Earlier people used to work with Skype business. Some people will use Jabber, etc. Skype business, Microsoft Teams, Jabber, like that there are several softwares are available to conduct bridge calls for the Teams now. So earlier we used Skype business, now we migrated to Microsoft Teams software to conduct the meetings, team meetings, bridge calls, online meetings will be available. Nowadays, everybody working from home. So if you want to connect with your team members, if you want to join in a meeting, then we need one software. Company will provide you that software. Some companies will use Skype business. Some companies are using Jabber. Nowadays, almost all the people are migrating to Microsoft Teams software. People are migrating to Microsoft Teams software. Are you guys able to understand how communication will happen between on-site and off-site? Can you guys understand the difference between what is on-site and what is off-site and how the communication will happen? So you may have some confusion, freshers, people who are not working, you may have a confusion. What is a bridge call? This is Zoom meeting can be called as a bridge call. You people joined from different locations. I joined from one location. I am talking with you people while I sharing my screen. You people can ask your questions. We can communicate in this meeting. This is one of the perfect example for bridge call. Tomorrow in the company also, same style of calls will be available. Tomorrow in the company also, same style of calls will be available for project related discussions. What are the softwares will be used for conducting those bridge calls, right? So in the companies, some few companies will use Microsoft Teams software, few companies will use Skype business, few companies will use Jabber software to conduct those bridge calls. That is types of teams in the project. So for every project, onshore team will be available, offshore team will be available. Onshore team means the people who are working in client location. Offshore team means who are working in non-client location. Right. How the communication will happen? Through bridge calls. How the bridge calls will be conducted? Some softwares are available. Your company will decide which software you need to use it. And in the companies, sometimes onshore person will come to offshore and offshore person also will go to onshore. So traveling will be there. Whenever it is required, one person from on-site will come to offshore to explain the requirements. Whenever some developer is required in the on-site, offshore developer will go to onshore. Offshore tester will go to onshore. Onshore functional person will come to offshore. So travelings will be there. People will be moving here and there. It depends on the client requirement. One on-site person can come to offshore if there is a requirement. Offshore person can go to on-site if there is a requirement from the client side. If there is a requirement from the client side. Guys, are you able to follow me? Do you have any questions here? Do you have any questions here? Do you guys have any questions here? Not only USA projects are Indian, in the India, we are developing the projects for different locations also. Some UK clients are there, some Germany clients will be there, Japan clients will be there, Russian clients will be there, China clients will be there, different, not only USA. For different countries, we are developing the projects, not only for only USA. Majority of the projects will develop for USA, but We will deal with the different Canada projects we are going to develop, Australia projects we will develop, New Zealand projects we will develop, because when compared with their currency, our currency is less. So for the less cost, their project can be completed in the India, because in the India, skilled labor are more, people will work for less salary in the India. So that's why those country people, the developed countries people will give the project for the Indians. So that's why we can see most of the projects are developing in the India, because less cost. Project development cost is less in the India. Not only USA, but different clients also we are going to develop. But why India is country is getting more projects means less cost, more labor, skilled labor. Got it? Any other questions, anyone? Yeah. So note, based on client requirement, note, based on client requirement, offshore team member can come to, offshore team member will travel to onshore, and onshore team member will travel to offshore. It depends upon client requirement. If client wants you, you are working in Hyderabad. If a client wants you for the project development for next 3 months, then client will provide a visa for you. Then you will go to client location. There is one functional person in the on-site. We need more clarity on the functionality. So client will send that functional person to the offshore. Onshore and offshore travelings will be available. Offshore team member can go to onshore if client is required. Client is having a requirement. Similarly, onshore team member will come to offshore if client is having a requirement. So it depends upon the situation in the project. People will be traveling from here and there. Good, fine, comfortable. Next one, roles. Roles in IT industry. Roles in IT industry. So tomorrow when you get the job, sir, what type of role I'm going to get? After 3 years, what type of role will be available for us? Guys, here, the point that we need to remember is all companies will not follow same role chart. All companies will not follow same role chart. Role chart will vary from company to company. Role chart will vary. Role chart will change from company to company. That means whatever the roles you see in one company, same roles will not be available in all the companies. So the role chart depends on the company. From the company to company, the role charts are going to be different. No. First, I'm taking some general rules which are following in the IT industry. First, when you join as a fresher, you will be called as a associate engineer, associate software engineer. You will be called as a associate software engineer. You joined as a fresher. You joined as a fresher, 1 to 2 years experience. 0 to 2 years, who joined as a fresher, up to 2 years experience, your role will be available as a associate software engineer. Now, after that, you will be moved to software engineer. After that, you will be moved to software engineer. From associate software engineer, you will be moved to software engineer. This role will be there for you from 2 to 4 years of experience. 2 to 4 years of experience, if you have, then you will be called as a software engineer. If you are having a 2 to 5 years also, sometimes people will call as a software engineer. Software engineer. Now, next one, senior software engineer. Next one is a senior software engineer. Here, 5 to 8 years of experience if you have. 5 to 8 years of experience if you have, then you will be called as a senior software engineer. Now, if you are team lead, architect lead, 8 plus 8 to 10 years of experience. Those people will be working as a team lead. Next one, project manager. Next one, project manager, 10 to people who are having up to 14 years of experience, they will be working as project manager, right? Next one, senior project manager. Next one will be senior project manager, from 14 to up to 20 years of time. Those people will be having the experience. Senior project manager. After that, director will be available. After that, director position will be available. After the director position, the next position will be CEO. So these kind of roles that we can see in the companies. For the directors and CEOs, experience is not required. It depends upon the skill. It depends upon the skill. They are going to choose you as a director and they are going to choose you as a CEO for the company. From here, we are going to start our career. Role chart in the IT. Role chart in IT. Role chart will change from company to company. Below are the some generalized goals we can see. Below are the some goals. Below are roles. Below are the roles we can see in most of the companies. Below are the goals that we can see in the most of the companies. Initially, if you join in the company as a fresher, then you will be called as a associate software engineer. Associate software engineer. After 2 years of time, you will be called as a software engineer. So up to 2 to 5 years of experience. If you have 0 to 2 years of experience, 0 to 2 years of experience, then you will be called as associate software engineer. If you have 2 to 5 years of experience, you will be called as a software engineer. Then if you have 5 to 8 years of experience, then you will be called as a senior software engineer. 8 to 10 years of experience, you will be there as a team lead. 10 to 14 years experience, you will be having a manager role. If you perform well as a team lead, then only you will get this position. Based on your years of experience, they don't give you the role. Along with your experience, your performance also should be good. Whenever you are working as a senior software engineer, if you do the good work, then you will be promoted as a team lead. As a team lead, if you do the good work, then you will be promoted as a project manager. If you perform well as a project manager, if you deliver the projects on time, then you will be promoted to senior project manager. Right. Able to follow this. So here you are going to start your career, and the last position in the IT industry is a CEO. That is a topmost position in the IT industry, CEO. Got my point, sir? So, all right. Whenever you are going to work as a project manager, if you are strong, then you will get the architect also here only. When you have 10 years of experience, then you will get the project architect role also. Project manager and architect. Project manager and architect will be available here. For 10 to 14 years of experience, if you have a good experience and if you are managing the people well, and if you are doing the proper designing of the projects, then you will be getting the architect also. You will be getting project architect also. Right. So here in some companies, these people are called as a software engineer. In the other companies, in some companies, instead of the software engineer, they will call as a consultant. In some companies, they will call as a consultant. In some companies, these are called as a senior consultant. These are called as a senior consultant. Some companies will call them as a software engineer. Some companies, they will be called as a consultant. In some companies, will be called as a senior software engineer. In some companies, you will be called as a senior consultant. So that is what I told you. The first point. All companies will not follow same role chart. Role chart will change from company to company. Role chart will change from company to company. Associate software engineer means a fresher who got selected in the campus interview. Who got selected in the campus interview, that person is called as a associate software engineer. That person will be called as a associate software engineer. They will be working on the project, minimal requirement, documentation work they are going to do, simple code changes they are going to do as a associate software engineer. Expectations will be little bit less. Software engineer means 2 to 5 years. You are experienced person. You need to work like an experienced person. Senior project manager means you need to guide the people. You need to solve the problems. You need to help the people. Team lead, you need to manage your team members. Then project manager and architect, senior project manager, director, CEO. These kind of roles we can see in the IT industry. Right? So the process of moving from one role to another role is called promotion. In the IT industry, if you are moving from one role to another role, then it is called as promotion. If your performance is good, if your rating is good, they will promote you from one role to another role. Based on your experience, they don't give the roles. Based on your performance, they will give the roles. That point you have to remember. Sir, if I work in the company for 5 years, will I get the software engineer role? If you do proper work, then only will get it. Otherwise, you will be in the associate role only. Associate role means you are like a kid in the IT industry. You are just newbie in the IT industry. So if your performance is good, then only you will get the good rating, then only you will get the promotions. Promotion means what? Moving from one role to another role is called as promotion. Based on your work, they will decide whether to promote you from one role to another role or not. What is the role of associate engineer? Associate engineer means understanding the project, understanding the technology, doing the documentation, doing the small developments. That will be the role of the associate engineer. Because you are a new person, you have to understand the industry first. You have to understand the project first. You have to learn the technologies first. Software engineer and software developer, no difference, sir. Same category role. Yep. So in the HR interview, whenever you attend an interview, when the HR is deciding your package and all, at that time that HR will tell you which role they are offering to you. Whenever you attend the interview, when the HR discussion is going on, you can ask the HR what role I am going to get based on my skill and based on my experience. They will check your skill set, they will check your experience, then only they will give you one role in the company. Good. Fine. All of you clear with this? Whatever we discussed, teams in project, two types of teams will be available. One is onshore team, another one is offshore team. Onshore team means the people who are working in client location. Offshore team means the people who are working in non-client location, right? How onshore and offshore teams will communicate? Onshore and offshore teams will communicate through bridge calls. What are the softwares available for bridge calls? Microsoft Teams, Skype Business, Jabber. These all are the softwares that we are going to use for bridge calls. These all are the softwares that we are going to use for bridge calls. Right. Now, how the roles will be there in the IT industry? Initial role, the starting, once you enter into the IT industry, you will be called as a associate software engineer. Here you need to understand the company policies, you need to understand the projects, you need to understand the technologies, and you need to work on. When you are a associate software engineer, you will be in the learning mode. So expectations will be less from you. Once you move from associate software engineer to the software engineer, then you have to work independently. You have to do the development or whatever the job you are doing, that you need to do independently. Once you move to senior software engineer or senior consultant, you need to help the people. You will have some roles and responsibilities. More roles and responsibilities will be available. When you move from senior software engineer to team lead, you have to manage the team, assigning the work to the team, asking them to work, making the team comfortable with the development and testing and all. Project manager will be managing the project people and all the things. Right now, up to this level only you are going to write the code, guys. Up to senior software engineer level only you are going to do the coding. Once your role is changed from senior software engineer to the team lead, you will not do the development. You have to manage the people. You have to make the work done by the people. You should know people management. You should know the people management. You should know the people management. Get my point? Tech lead and team lead. In the Agile methodology, team leads are called as the tech leads. In the Agile, I will tell you what is the difference between team lead and tech lead. Good. Coding you will be doing up to these 3 levels only. After that, you will not get the chance to write the code. You will be working as a, you need to manage the people. You need to manage the people once you cross your 8 years of experience. Good. Life will be cool up to this. Once you enter into these positions, then a lot of pressure will be there. You have to manage the people. Doing work is simple than managing the people. Doing the development is simple than managing the people. Right? If some work given to you, you can do that work and you can complete it. But here, when your role is promoted to team lead, you have to ask the people to work. You have to manage the people. People management is very difficult. People management is difficult. If you give me a task, I will complete it. But if you give me one person, I need to work, complete the work with that person, then it is difficult for me. People management is difficult. So once you promoted to team lead or manager or senior manager or director, then pressure will be there for you. You have to manage your personal life and you need to manage your professional life. So everything that you need to manage. Good. Yes, sir. Yeah. What is my role? Huh? My experience is 8 years, guys. 8+ years experience. Currently, I am here. So I have 8+ years of experience. So I promoted from senior software engineer to the team lead position. In my company, it is not team lead, it is tech lead. I will tell you what is the tech lead. That is what I am telling you, Sharat Kumar. People management is difficult. Personal experience. I need to assign the task for the people they need to work on. If they don't complete, manager will ask me. That lot of pressure will be there that you have to handle. But fortunately, all my team members are gems. They are from IIT. So they are sharp people. Whatever the task we will give, they are easily completing those tasks. They are having 3 to 4 years experience. They are good. I'm happy with my team. Got it? All of you? So for freshers who join for the project course, I hope you got some basic idea what is IT industry, what is a project, how many types of companies, how many types of projects, what is the interview process in those companies, and how many types of teams will be available, what type of roles will be there in the IT industry. So all of you comfortable with this? I hope this information is useful for the people who are just joined for the project training to get the job. So before going to do this project, just I gave few details about IT industry. What you people should know about this IT. Sir, software developer means you are the developer, software engineer. In some companies they will call as software developer, some companies they will call software engineer. So we can't decide that, right? So once you join in the company, your manager will tell you what is your role and what is your responsibility. Yeah, because all the companies will not follow the same role chart. Company to company, it will change. In some companies, instead of calling software engineer, they will call as a IT engineer. That also one of the role. It is equal to software engineer. IT role will be there. IT engineer role will be there. Yeah. If you keep 3.5 years experience in the resume, yes, you can mention that you are a software engineer. If you have 3+ years of experience, you can mention that you are a software engineer in the company. You can keep your, if they ask you what is your role, you can say that you are a software engineer. Hazira, yes, 3.5 years experience means you can say that you are a software engineer. You will belong to this category. Guys, people are asking in which company I am working. That is confidential, guys. I can't reveal that company name. So it's not good. I should not reveal. Confidential. Please don't ask me. Yeah. Right. Some people joined these classes. I told you today is our fourth class. Guys, who missed our classes? Last three classes videos are available in our YouTube channel. So for our institute, we have a YouTube channel that is Ashok IT. So this is our website, Ashok IT. All the course details and Zoom links you can find in our website. New batches will be available in online interest schedules. These are the new batches that we are going to start. You can register for those batches, right? And the people who missed these initial classes of the project, they can go to our YouTube channel. All these four classes I gave as a YouTube live. So current class also going as a YouTube live. Go to our channel name, that is Ashok IT. Go to Ashok IT YouTube channel, go to playlist. In this playlist, you can find Java real-time project full stack development 12JRTP. As I told, our batch course code is a 12JRTP. All the previous videos are also available in the YouTube channel. So you can see here, first class, second class, third class, fourth class, all the videos are available in the YouTube. The people who missed the first three classes, you can cover the classes from these videos, which are available in the YouTube channel. Okay, guys, someone asking, please explain the course content. You can see in these videos, sir. In the demo sessions, I have already explained what is the course content, how many days it is going to take, what are the do's and don't do's, how many days, how many time you need to practice on daily basis. Everything I have clearly explained in initial classes. Those classes are available in the YouTube. I request all of you to go through these videos if anybody missed last three classes. All your questions will be clarified, whatever you have, if you go through these videos. If you have any questions today, I'm going to take your questions as well. I request all of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on bell icon. If you have any, if you post any video, you will get the update from that. And this is our website. You can check the details of the courses which we are starting from here. Got my point? Fine. So with this, we completed our initial classes. What is part one of our course that I told you, which I'm going to cover now. As I told, this project course, this project training is JRTP, Java Real-Time Project, right? Batch code 12 JRTP, timing, timing 10 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. IST. 10 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. IST is the class timing. Duration, as I told you, 3 months plus or minus 15 days, because it depends on your practice, how you are practicing. Daily class notes will be provided. Daily class notes will be provided. Whatever the notes I am writing in the notepad, that notes I am going to share with you people after class is completed. Right now, classes, Monday to Saturday classes will be available. Monday to Saturday classes will be there. Regular. Monday to Saturday classes will be there. Sometimes, if required, Sunday also we will take a extra class. If the course is not going as expected, if it is delaying, then I will take some classes on the Sunday also. Now, as I told you, course content. Initially, I told you that part one, industry terminology, industry details, which is already completed today. Just I thought of telling you basic details about the IT industry, like types of companies, types of projects, types of teams, types of roles. Those things I discussed already. Part one is already completed. Now, coming to part two, real-time tools. Real-time tools will start from Monday. We'll start from 19th October 2020, that is Monday. From Monday, we are going to start with part 2 of our course. And as I told you, part 3 is mini projects. 3 mini projects we are going to develop. 3 mini projects we are going to develop. For one mini project, I will use Angular as a front end, and I will tell you how to do the full stack development. 1 week classes will be conducted for the Angular. Whatever the basic concepts are required to use Angular in our project, we are going to conduct this part 3 mini projects. Now, part 4 is major project. Part 4 is major project. Part 5 is interview guide. Some frequently asked interview questions and resume preparation and tips related to attend the interviews on the process in the companies that we are going to discuss as part of part 5 of our course. So these are the overall summary of our project. This batch is called 12 JRTP. This is my 12th Java real-time project which I am teaching. That's why I gave the code as a 12 JRTP. Timing 10 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. IST. Daily class. Duration 3 months plus or minus 15 days it will take. Because if you are practicing properly, then we can complete in 3 months. Otherwise, it will increase 15 days of time. Right? Next one, daily class notes will be provided for you people. After you attend the class, you no need to write the class when you are listening. After class is completed, I will share the class notes for you people. And what is the course content of this? In this course, we are going to understand industry details that is already completed today. Those videos you can watch in our YouTube channel. From Monday onwards, we are going to start with real-time tools at 10 a.m. This is the second part of our course. Don't miss the tools. They are very, very, very important. Practically, we are going to use all the tools here. 3 mini projects we are going to develop as part of part 3 of our course. It is used for making you as a good programmer to learn the coding. We are going to do these mini projects. One major project I am going to explain that you are going to keep in the resume. After the major project explanation completed, then I will tell you how to prepare the resume, how to upload the resume, and how to attend the interviews, how to crack the interviews, how to attend the interview as an experienced person, how to cover the gap and all. Those things will be discussed as part of part 5 of our course. All of you clear with these details? All of you clear with these details? Yep. And today we are closing admissions for the project batch as the part 1 is already completed. From Monday, we are going to start with the real-time tools. Admissions will be closed by today evening. So tomorrow we will send a confirmation email for enrolled people and we will provide one unique ID also. We will provide one unique ID also. In that mail, I will tell you your payment confirmation and I will tell you your unique ID and I will tell you where you can find the class notes. All the details will come to your mail by tomorrow evening. So today, people who are pending with the enrollment, please complete your enrollment process by today. So tomorrow we will send the replies for all the people who are enrolled and we will provide the class details, how to join the class from Monday. Those details we are going to provide in the email. By tomorrow night, you will get that email. By tomorrow night, you will get the email with the notes link, with the class Zoom URL, class notes URL, your unique ID also will become to your mail ID by tomorrow night. Some people already enrolled and sent the details. The people who are not at enrolled, please complete it today. By tomorrow evening, you will get your enrollment details. So Monday's class you can join at the 10 a.m. with the details provided in the email. In the Monday session, we are going to start with real-time tools. That is part 2 of our course. That is part 2 of our course. Right, guys? All of you clear with all the details? All of you clear with all the details? Good. Thank you. Now, I will take up your questions. People who are in the YouTube, who are watching the class in the YouTube video, in the description of the video, you can see the Zoom link. please join the class in the Zoom so that you can ask your questions. If you want to interact with me and if you want to know the enrollment process, please join the class in Zoom. Zoom link is available in description of the video. Please guys come to the Zoom so that we can interact. Thank you. I'm stopping the live stream.